right, YouTube, welcome back to the Thrive Athletics channel to our mini part series of how to program a CrossFit workout. So, where we left off with, we've just placed what our moves are going to be within the week. So, what are we going to do here? We are going to do, so we have, let's try it for day one. Okay. Typically, 3 moves in a day, those are going to be a little bit longer workouts. In the open, every time there's a 3-parter, they can vary it in a couple different ways, or if there's 3 movements. But what I like, let's start with an AMRAP. All right, let's do a 20-minute AMRAP. Those are always fun. Always in the open. Now, the trick with these open workouts that are usually 20-minute AMRAP, they tend to put the moves pretty, like the rep range is usually very, very, very short. So they try to get it around, 1 minute to 1.5 minutes per round for like the top athletes. So they keep the rep ranges pretty small, but you just have to keep going and keep that pace. So the top athletes will get really as many rounds as possible. Some people that aren't super elite will go a little bit lower. So wall walks, handstand, overhead squat, and rowing. So I kind of like doing it in a wall walk, overhead squat, and then rowing kind of sequence. So let's do, I'm gonna toss in 3 wall walks here. Typically they like to program in pretty decent numbers. So I would consider doing like a 9 overhead squat here. And then rowing, I would do 12/15 cal row. The reason I'm doing 12/15, ladies, you're gonna do 12, guys, you're gonna do 15. So we're following the kind of the sequence that they like to do, multiples of 3 right here. Something that's kind of screaming to me right now when I'm looking at this workout, and if I was gonna program this for like the open, I would actually consider making this a dumbbell overhead squat. That's kind of an option that they like to do. You make it a little bit different, really push that pace. Like it's not quite, it would just really mess up the shoulders in different ways for the wall walks. I kind of like the way that looks, but let's say if we're programming for a class, let's just do barbell overhead squat. And we want to make this light. We want to make this manageable, that essentially someone can pick it up for, 20 rounds of this. I'm looking at this workout and I'm looking at maybe 2 minutes a round. So we're looking at a 10 round workout here. So something that something that someone can do 10 rounds of. So I might consider doing that. I think actually the conversion is 95/65. Okay, so that's our first workout. Yay, nice, great job. That you might see that typically in an open workout. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to program workouts for athletes so that they thrive in the environment that they're going to perform in. So making workouts that are just like the open, or try to mimic open patterns, will be beneficial for our athletes. Okay, day 2. So we got chest to bar and deadlift. So usually the deadlift is going to be like a 225, 155 type of workout. That's typically a number that the open programs, again, it's heavy. And if you're doing a class, if you're not quite there yet, you'd have to scale the weight, but 225 is comfortable anytime you're competing in CrossFit. Chest to bar pull as well. So what I'm actually we can do a workout that'll last. I'm thinking a workout that'll last around just a little less than 10 minutes. Okay, so a 5 round. I'm leaning towards like a 5 rounds here, a 5 round workout, and then I'm thinking 20 deadlifts, 225/155. Oops, not 115, 155. Uh, I'm thinking that's going to be the deadlift count, and then I'm also leaning towards a 10 chest to bar pull-ups. Now I'm looking at that, and I'm thinking that yeah, someone could probably push the 20. The chest to bar pull-ups are going to be easy unbroken. So you kind of have to look at how many reps does the open program, like how many chest bar pull-ups will an open workout typically program, right? Typically, if you looked at what the, Matt Fraser's workout where he did the chest bar and thrusters in like 6 minutes, I forget which workout year that was, but it was a descending rep scheme, and he like finished it in 6 minutes, and like nobody else was even close. That workout had like more than 100 chest to bar pull-ups, and he was able to do that in 6 minutes. I'm not saying that we need to program for a Matt Fraser type of athlete, but I'm saying we do need to expose our athletes to the amount of stimulus that they're typically going to have. So if we look at that, the total reps would be 5 times 10, 50 chest to bar pull-ups. That's kind of on the lower end for an open athlete. Anyone who's going to struggle, like, you just want to set up so you're getting exposed to that, so you want to do well in the open. So I actually let's change this. I would change this to, maybe, I like the 20, honestly. It's because I want the chest to bar to be kind of like the focus of the workout. So I actually might consider doing like 20. Okay. Or actually, you know what? 15. 15 chest bar pull-ups. That'll it's like kind of a number that most athletes should try to go for unbroken. The grip, you're going to break up the deadlifts, probably 10, maybe 12-8, 10-10 or 12-8. And then try to push for the 15 chest to bar pull-ups unbroken here. Yeah, so that's what I would typically do here. All right, day 3. Let's talk about intervals. So this will be a longer workout. Like really just did a lot of gymnastics and weightlifting here. So we did a lighter workout on day 1, a little bit of a midday, like 225 should be mid for a lot of athletes, open athletes. If it's heavy for you, that's fair. But we're still going to do the metabolic conditioning, do some echo bike intervals. A typical, we could do 10 rounds of, what would I put? 10 rounds. I would do 40/30 cals. So this is where trying workouts and trying them implements really comes in handy here. So because when I look at that, I'm looking at kind of the time frame it would take a typical athlete to, echo bike 40 cals, 30 cals. To me, you're not really going to sprint that workout, especially for 10 rounds. You're going to kind of hold back. So I'm thinking around 2-ish minutes per round would be really, really, really good. 2 minutes per round. That would be really, really good, actually. And then I could do like a 1-minute rest. So we have like a 2-to-1 work to rest ratio here. So we're really pushing the pace here. We're more in the anaerobic state. It's definitely, you're kind of pushing the 2-to-1, right? You're not, so if you finish the 40 cals in less than 2 minutes, then hats off to you. It's going to be way more anaerobic for you, a little more challenging, but I have a feeling that this will be really, really, really tough for a lot of athletes. You're looking around 30 minutes of work here. So any good class, a good metabolic conditioning workout, 30 minutes. Okay, day 4 here. So we have ring muscle up, dumbbell snatch, and double unders. Really fun here. So I might consider, so we've done rounds for time. We've done AMRAP. We could throw in an EMOM here. I don't think that it really works in this scenario. I think the EMOM structure will probably work right here on day 6 because we're doing a weightlifting complex. So we'll save the EMOM structure for then. Okay, but we want this workout to last around, like above 10 minutes, less than 15. We have a 20-minute workout here. We have a less than 10-minute workout here. And then we have a 30-minute workout here. Let's focus on a 12 to 15-minute workout. So we could easily do an AMRAP. We could try to aim that for that with an AMRAP, or we can kind of just guess based on the moves what we put down and how long that will typically take. So just for simplicity for today, let's just make it a 12 minute AMRAP. 12-minute AMRAP. So super simple. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna program double unders first. A number that the open always uses is around 50 double unders. This will take around 30 seconds if you go completely unbroken. So we have 50 DUs. Okay, we'll put that down. Dumbbell snatch. So we have 50. I'm looking at a number. I really like the number 20 dumbbell snatch. We'll make it light. We'll make it like this typical number. So 50/35. That'll be the dumbbell snatch. And then ring muscle up. Okay, here's really where the bottleneck for a lot of athletes will be. So we have 20. It's funny because you might actually consider doing, like, if you're just following the scheme, do 25, just to kind of mess things up a little bit. So following it like half and half. So if we did half here, we would consider doing our 12 RMU. Yeah, I kind of like that. So 12 is going to be, a big unbroken set for a lot of intermediate athletes, people that are looking to do really well in the open. It's going to be a lot. We consider doing it unbroken. So you'd break it up, you'd have a strategy there. So it really get the athlete thinking, okay, my shoulders are going to be done from the double, my grip's going to be done from the double unders, shoulders are going to be done from the dumbbell snatch. Okay, I'm probably going to break this up just to keep myself going. So, part of programming for an athlete, we do want to have the athlete thinking a little bit. What are they capable of doing? How would you break up the workout? So, I'm looking at this workout. Let's say on like the best case scenario, we go almost unbroken here. So 3 double unders, 30 seconds, transition to the dumbbell snatch. I'm thinking you're not going to go super quick. It's an AMRAP. You shouldn't sprint this. So I'm thinking a minute to a minute and a half. So we're at worst case, 2 minutes on this workout. And then 12 ring muscle ups, you're looking at a minute to a minute, like 2 minutes. So at most, this round should take you around 4 minutes. And I think that's pretty comfortable. That's like a lot of cushion here. So we're giving it a lot of cushion here on this workout. So 4 minutes per round. Therefore, divide by 12, 12 divided by 4, we have 3 rounds. So we're looking at 3 rounds here. So that's 75 dumbbell snatch, 24, 36 ring muscle ups. That's not bad. It's not a bad stimulus to get. Kind of aligns within the open workout standards. Yeah, I think I like that a lot. Okay, so we have day 4 complete. Let's go on to day 5. So day 5, we have so we have handstand push-ups and we have assault bike. Okay. I also do like the EMOM structure here. So let's actually do an EMOM structure. So we'll do we want to do it really depends. Again, we're still trying to hit the required stimulus. So also, one thing I didn't mention here, we can make this regular handstand push-ups with kipping handstand push-ups, or we can make it strict handstand push-ups here. I think for this, I kind of like a strict handstand push-up. So it's kind of like we can consider this workout, this day 5 workout, doing strict handstand push-ups under fatigue. Okay. And, that's kind of a skill that most people are looking to work on. So I kind of like that idea. So, we've done where I did long workout. So we've only done one small workout on day 2. So we're looking at a 10-minute workout. So let's do like an 8-minute EMOM. Cool. Super simple. Let's do assault bike. So assault bike, you know, we want to give the athlete like a little bit of rest. So like trying to get like a 50 to 10, you know, we want to give them a chance to like hop off the bike and go directly to it. So I'm thinking like if you really push it, you're looking like you're 50 seconds, you might be able to get 20 cals, 15 cals, but I think we'll be a little nicer and we'll just get a 15/12 cal assault bike. And then here I like 10 handstand push-ups. Okay, we have 40 handstand push-ups in total here. You know, that's more than that's typically where you're kind of going to see in an open workout. And I'm going to make it strict. So I'm going to make it strict handstand push-ups. Again, we're just working on that strict strength, working on it under fatigue. Quick 8-minute workout. You know, this is actually like more of like a skill developing workout as opposed to like and improving the fitness. Okay, day 6. So we have our clean complex. So a 3-position power clean complex because it's a hinge pulling pattern. Yeah, we can actually do a clean and jerk complex, which I kind of like. So let's do an every 3-minute EMOM. So every 3-minute EMOM. Every 3-minute EMOM. We'll do that for 3 minutes. Let's give it. So what are we around? So it's been a while since like day 1. We're at day 6 now. We did 20-minute workout. Let's make this an 18-minute workout. So we're timesing this by 6. We're doing it 6 times. Yeah, I'm just making sure our weights are all good. All weights okay, cool. Let's make it, you know, so we want to make it really hinge focused. So more of like a pulling pattern, right? Because we have a hinge pull. So what I would consider doing, there's an old 3-power clean complex that, you know, Ben Bergeron used to do for CompTrain. So I'm thinking something like that. So we can do 1 clean pull, 1 clean high pull. So difference between clean pull and clean high pull. Clean pull brings to your hips. Clean high pull, we're doing elbows high outside, getting a little more power on that one. And then we'll go into 1 full power clean. Okay, so that'll be our clean complex, or power clean complex. Let's add 1 jerk with this. Okay, just to, you know, make it a clean and jerk complex. We'll actually take that out because we want to focus on it's like a full or a pull day. So we don't want to add any push, especially on day 7 when we're doing something push related. You know, we have strict handstand push here, so we do have to take in consideration not overdoing movements like at least 3 days in a row. So we do know that Sunday we have bar facing burpees and front squats coming up, and we had day 5 strict handstand push-ups. So the jerk, you know, although it's like kind of like a good idea to like add something a little more fun, it probably isn't the best way to do this. So yeah, and we'll just say build to heavy. You know, build to a heavy, clean pull, clean high pull, 1 full power clean position. I also really like this, you know, complex just because it works on an athlete's pulling position and pattern for a clean. Okay, day 7. All right, we are almost there. You know, we're almost there. We almost have a full week worth of training, which is great. So bar facing burpees, front squats, and shuttle runs. Okay. So, you know, we're trying to mimic everything into from the open. So it's 25-foot shuttle runs, front squats. We're obviously have to clean that up, and bar facing burpees. So what I'm considering doing is actually starting with the front squats. We're going to start with the front squats here. Front squats. We'll go into the bar facing burpees, get our heart rate up, and then going into the shuttle run. You know, I think that combination of getting your heart rate up with the bar facing burpees and then going into the shuttle run, you're not going to really want to run. And, you know, I kind of like forcing that athlete to, like, you know, get going. There's going to be a little bit of strategy to that, or they'll just have to get up and go. So now that we have our sequence of moves, you know, we're obviously going to I'm going to make this around 100-foot shuttle run. So just yeah, 100-meter shuttle run. Sorry, 100-meter. Actually, 100 foot. Let's do 100 foot. 100 foot shuttle run. I think that's the terminology. 100 foot shuttle run. So it's there and back 4 times, and then they have to pick up the barbell right away. So I'm thinking around 15 front squats. We want, like, since we just went heavy on on day 6 in a front squat pattern, let's make it light. We'll go back to the original, on, you know, what day was it? Day 1 weights, something that's easy pick up. We have that, and then I would consider doing something pretty big here. Let's think. Actually, 12 bar facing burpees here sounds nice. 12 bar to 100 foot shuttle run. Yeah, I kind of like that. This is going to be a longer workout here. We can make it. So since we moved like 18 minutes, let's go on to the lower-ish end. Front squats, 15 front squats will typically take at 95 pounds. Should be pretty quick. So you're looking at 30 to a minute. The reason I say a minute is because, you know, the athlete's going to be pretty tired coming up from the shuttle run. So we want to make sure that's kind of, so we're taking that into consideration somewhat, depending on the athlete you are, or, you know, the athletes you're programming for. Bar facing burpees. Again, you know, I actually want to make this workout more of like a moving workout and not try to do it as fast as possible, just like continuously moving here. Like just always be moving. So I kind of like the idea of a 14-minute AMRAP. Kind of like the idea of a 14-minute AMRAP. So yeah, I mean, this is just like a preliminary first shot, you know, taking this consideration. Obviously, a lot of these things will depend on what you have available at your gym and what kind of weaknesses you want to work on. You know, what weaknesses you want to work on, what's available, the athletes you're programming, the space you have required. But just a typical workout, like a 7-day microcycle, that might be programmed for an open athlete, someone to do really well in the open. Obviously you can go down and refine it. You know, something that I'm noticing here that I don't think, like, something that I would have loved to have is toes to bar. You know, toes to bar is like probably like the number 1 gymnastics move that comes into the open. And, you know, I always try to get chest to bar, toes to bar, a ring muscle up, a handstand push up into a week. You know, if like, you know, day 9, I would consider doing, you know, some form of, you know, like an Annie style workout with toes to bar, not like push-ups, pull-ups, and squats, and toes to bar, but you know what I mean, like a long workout where we're working on our gymnastics. But yeah, you know, I think that's a decent day here, or decent week. Sorry. Hope you guys enjoyed the creation of the video or the workout. If you guys want to see more stuff like this, just, you know, comment on the video. And thanks for joining.